Oh man, that's a long way. Yeah, that's right. I'm back. So you know what that means. We're checking out blue tongues, and I've come all the way to South Florida to my mate's place, Ron Couto's. Check out some awesome northern blue tongues and easterns. You're watching CrittaCam. I've flown halfway around the world, sat in planes, sat in cars, and here I am in Florida hanging out with eastern blue tongues. Absolutely amazing. And these guys are ridgy-dig easterns. I mean, they've retained their eye bands, which is very rare to see in America. Most of the stuff we've ever seen here is like a northern cross or with an IJ, or I'm not really sure, line bred for that long that it looks nothing like we catch these guys in our garden at home. Absolutely awesome. And as you can see, there's a thriving population. So these guys here are 2014 babies. Can you believe that? The size of them? And you actually got babies when they were 10 months old out of these guys. The litter sizes were a litter of 14 and a litter of 15. Absolutely amazing. And it's pretty funny to me to fly or travel this far across the globe and go into a collection where the keeping is pretty much identical to how I do it at home and how you'd find these animals in their native habitat. Got the bedding so they can bury themselves. You've got the water, and funnily enough, he's feeding pretty much the same diet I do, the cat food, with the occasional snail treat. Absolutely awesome. If I didn't know any better and wasn't jet lagged, I'd think I was sitting at my place in New South Wales. For you guys that didn't already know out there, blue tongues are live bearers. Like I said before, they can have up to 15 babies, which is pretty cool. So there's no incubating eggs, there's no wondering if they're going to hatch. It's either you got them or you didn't get them. And the largest litter I've ever heard of with eastern blue tongues is 26 babies. Man, that is a lot of babies. So the female that made these gorgeous babies was accidentally imported into the UK in aluminium tubing, because in the wild back at home, they're a forager. They, bury themselves. You'll find them in bits of pipe, underneath tin, underneath roof tiles, underneath litter, leaf litter, and in grasses and all that sort of stuff. And then what he's done here is he's raised these guys up and he's bred them back together and he's produced these babies. Absolutely amazing. And the male was an unknown origin out of Russia. So, man, the litter, the diversification in the litter is absolutely amazing. There's just so many colours. This one even looks a little bit T positive to me. Nice lavenders and purples. Absolutely awesome. Now, another thing that's blown me away when I got to America was the northern blue tongues. I mean, this is a result of line breeding for like 20 years, because you got to remember, in America, that back in the day, they only imported a few animals. There was, they don't have the genetic diversity and localities like we do in Australia. We're pretty privileged because that's where they come from. But as you can see, you've got animals that are yellow in complexion with grainy patterns. You've got animals that are yellow with yellow banding, even yellow heads, which I've never seen before. And then you've also got this guy here, like he's pretty much cherry red, which is awesome. And then what Ron's done here as well is he's crossed these yellow animals to the red animals. So let's check some of those babies out. And here are those babies. Oh my God. Absolutely awesome. You've got a pretty good range here, oranges and reds and yellows and, banding, granite sort of patterns. Awesome. And now what Ron's hoping to do, raise these babies up, cross them back to themselves, back to mum and dad, and hopefully produce more of those red, beautiful animals. I've had an awesome day here at Ron Couto's collection in South Florida, checking out his beautiful babies. I mean, it's hard to believe that I've flown halfway around the world and I can see northern blue tongues that look better than the ones we have at home. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, and tune in next week for another episode of CrittaCam.